This Shabbat is the first time that I've done a Facebook Live. I was encouraged by many people to do this, and I welcome you to my home. You're in my kitchen, and I hope it's going to be quiet enough for you, and you'll be able to bring down the spirit of the feminine divine. So much of what we hear in religion is the patriarchal divine, but I'm a woman in search of the feminine divine, and she is here and she is real. And so what I'd like to ask you to do is to imagine, envision, mother, love, your grandmother, your great-grandmother. Imagine the person, a woman, who loves you or loved you so much just because you were born. You didn't have to earn the love or worry about keeping the love. You didn't have to do anything. Just your presence was the greatest blessing. That's the source that we are tapping into, what many feminist scholars have called the cosmic mother. So if everyone would, either if you're with me now or if you'll watch this later, allow yourself to take a breath in that love, because there's been so much harshness this week. And as a woman, I'm struggling with our own country. And I want to ask that we be blessed with peace, healing, sanity, leadership. Allow the feminine divine to descend. On Shabbat, we light candles, and the way that we do this is we draw the light to us in 3 concentric circles. And as my mother and my grandmother and her grandmother did, we close our eyes, we say the blessing, and then we ask for our own blessing. I suggest asking for one for your life and one for the world, for something greater than you. So something personally that you want, and to allow the world to receive your blessing. And so as we're going to kindle these lights and say the blessing, drawing the light towards us, consider, what is your deepest heart's desire in this moment? What is it that you want for your life? And what is it your deepest hope for the world? Those are the 2 gifts that you carry on this Shabbat, to bring into your life what you want and to share what you need. And I see that Peter Molnar is on. Peter is a feminist. And Peter, that's really, really awesome for you to be watching this. Peter's seen me on a journey for a long, long time. So as a few more people join us, I just want to show you that we have the traditional challah, and we have the traditional Kiddush cup, and of course the candles, which we're going to bless. But the one thing that you will not find at a usual Shabbat is an orange. There's an urban legend that a very Orthodox rabbi was asked years ago if a woman belongs on a bima, which is Hebrew for altar or stage. And the answer was, a woman belongs on a bima like an orange belongs on a Seder plate, which means basically she doesn't. Because imagine the Jews in the desert in this tropical space. There were no oranges growing from trees. And so the food at our Seder plate has nothing to do with the tropical environment. So as a sign of protest, women began putting oranges, and families began putting oranges on their Seder plates. And today, all over the world on Passover, you will see an orange on a Seder plate. And that is the orange that is present, this moment where we are awakening as women and men to make our country and our world a more conscious, kinder, loving place. That is my prayer, that we have the leadership and the consciousness to make our country what it can be. And I also want to say on this Shabbat a tremendous gratitude to everyone that came forward with their brave truth. The best part of this week for me is been feeling the collective, bold, brave strength of women and men who are saying, I'm done being silent. I'm here and I'm going to speak. My purpose is to bring more truth into the world. And so this fills me with joy, regardless of the outcome of any vote. That is real. So we are going to light our candles here. If you have candles, you can light them. If you just want to experience this and close your eyes and draw the Sabbath to you, go ahead and do that. And after the candles are lit, I'm going to sing a song. And if you're watching, just allow the sound of the song to bring down what we're asking in Hebrew is the angels. We don't want any old angel on Shabbat. We want the highest of angels, the angel of angels. The words mean, come in peace. Bless me with peace. Bless us with peace. Depart in peace. Baruch Shamo, Baruch Shamo, Baruch Shamo, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Kidishanu V'tzivanu Lahadlik Ner Shel Shabbat. On this day, bless me with trust. Bless me with the trust to know that my life, my world is safe. Bless our country with strength to listen, to bear witness, to speak up, and to follow what is right. And now we invite the angels to bless us. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Shalom, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitkhem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitkhem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi that we've lit the candles, we've asked for a blessing for ourselves and a blessing for the world around us, we always study. On Shabbat, we ask big questions that need big thinking answers. And I decided to take a lead with the question, is God a woman? Is God a woman? When you think of God, what is it that you think of? You'd be surprised that even the most progressive people like myself still have a go-to of a man with a long beard, or Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel with the outreached arm. But we are living in an awakening of feminine consciousness. Ariana Grande just released a song which my middle school daughter showed me, and the title is God is a Woman. And she actually has an image of Eve with her outstretched arm and a group of women receiving her love. She repainted the Sistine Chapel. That is chutzpah. That is awesome. Is God a woman? Obviously, God does not have form, but there are energies that come from the divine. And one of the emanations is feminine power. I want you to think of Eve. Eve is who I cannot stop thinking about. Eve of the Bible. Eve is an emanation of the feminine divine. It is not true that Eve brought sin into the world. Eve picked that apple, and she was right to have picked that apple, because Eve was the first one in Western mythology, Christian, Judeo-Christian mythology, that had the audacity and the capacity to follow her truth. That is why I call this spiritual approach oranges for Eve, because we are creating a new consciousness. God isn't a woman in form, but there is an emanation of God. People call it the Shakti, the feminine light, Mary Magdalene. This is who we call on, especially on Shabbat. Shabbat is imagined as feminine. Here we have in this patriarchal religion a pearl of the feminine. The mystics imagine Shabbat as a Sabbath bride and a queen. The feminine divine breaks through energetically on Shabbos, and she brings feminine light. Do you remember we started this with me asking you to think about someone, living or dead, that loves you just because you were born. You don't have to feel like you have to work for approval with this person, or that you have to do anything. You had her at hello when you were born. This is the energy source of the cosmic Great Mother. She's the one that comes down on Sabbath. She is the great angel that hovers over us.